Michael, welcome to the Digimedia Pros Expo coverage here at LA Cine Gear.
Thank you very much.
And you are with Tokina?
Yes, Tokina Cinema. Actually, the company is Keiko Tokina USA. We're the U.S. distributor for Tokina Cinema products in the United States.
Okay, and so you guys obviously are lenses. We got plenty of lenses right here, right, to choose from.
Yep, we got the still digital autofocus lenses on this side, and then we've got the Tokina Cinema lenses on this side.
Right. So let's talk about for indie filmmakers that are more budget conscious. Will a still lens work for them still?
It will. Actually, you know what? A lot, and I do mean a lot of people are using the 11 to 16 f2.8 still lens on cinema cameras, and we've also come out with a fully cinevized version of that.
Right.
And when I say that, the whole it's been mechanically re-engineered. It's not just a quote-unquote rehoused lens. I mean, they've done things to control breathing, things like that. So there are differences other than just the housing between the photo version and the cinema version.
Now, what should an indie filmmaker that's on a budget look for in a lens, right? It's a mixture between, you've got speed of the lens, you've got sharpness. I mean, what kind of things should they be looking at?
They should also be looking at build quality. I mean, large budget studios, they can afford to use lenses and just, essentially they call them disposable. But an indie filmmaker, that's their money, they're the owner-operator, and they need to look at some quality. So our lenses provide, the quality is excellent. It's all handmade in Japan, basically low production runs, even though it's constant. They don't do a high volume, and it's all high quality Japanese lenses. It's made by a company with over 60 years of optical manufacturing. Tokina is not a Johnny-come-lately at all in the optical game.
So what's your take on having adapters for example, let's say you have invested in a lot of these lenses, and you get like an MFT camera, or an APS-C camera. What's your take on converters?
Converters work very well. I would recommend ones that do not have optics in them, because then you're adding extra pieces of glass in between the lens itself and the sensor, and you don't know on a lens by lens, and I'm not talking about just ours, I'm talking about any lens.
Yeah.
On a lens by lens basis, you don't know how all those optics are going to interact.
And those optics are added to adapters to increase f-stops?
Yeah, sometimes they're added to increase f-stops, sometimes they're added to reduce focal length, things like that.
Right.
But they're always going to have an impact on your image, and it may not be the impact you necessarily want. So the adapters, the Metabones of course makes a great adapter.
Right.
Sigma's just come out with one that's works very well. Apparently, we've tested a bunch of our lenses on those. They work great, by the way, for maintaining autofocus and things like that.
Right. Well, I mean, and the key is having an active adapter, right?
Right, an active adapter. But with cinema lenses, you don't necessarily need an active adapter, but then you want to get a good, high-quality one.
Right.
That's heavy. That's got some metal to it. That you don't want something where the lens is going to be moving around or jiggling around.
We got some water coming down here.
I don't know where that's coming from.
And I don't know, it's totally sunny here in LA, so I don't know. And if a filmmaker can only afford one lens, right, what would you recommend?
If a filmmaker can only afford one lens, and of course part of this is going to depend on the camera they have, I would recommend going with something like a 2470 f2.8, because it's fast, and it's going to give them the best range and flexibility of options.
Okay.
Something like that. If they can afford 2 or 3, then I would definitely recommend our 11 to 16, and then something intermediate, and then something moderate telephoto.
Right.
But yeah, for one lens, something like the 2470.
And what's the price range on that?
$9.99.
That's retail, so
that is
street
retail.
price
That's what
is
it's
going to be
selling for at the stores.
Right. Okay, great. All right, Mike, if people want to find out more about Tokina, where do they go?
They go to, right now they're going to go to KenkoTokinaUSA.com.
Excellent. Well, great.
KenkoTokina USA.com.
And we got the sign behind you too, so they'll be able to read that.
All the information on the cinema lenses are there.
Fantastic. Michael, thank you. Great to meet you. Have a good show.
You too. Thank you.